Our biggest farmers' organisation has decided to go in hard as of today, hard against the ideological crusades of the Albanese government that's so stifling business and hitting farmers especially. The National Farmers Federation has a new president. First full day of work today. It's Wimmera farmer David Jochinke, and today it also starts a social media campaign against aspects of the government's renewable energy crusade, for instance. It's pro-union industrial relations changes. It's green plans to flush more water down our rivers, waters that farmers need. And then there's a live sheep export ban and so on. Now, maybe, of course, the government could get away with some of this stuff when we had La Nina and lots of rain and record crops and high prices. But now we've switched to an El Nino that's less rain, smaller crops in some areas, and a huge fall in prices for cattle and sheep. In West Australia, the collapse in prices, that's partly the live export industry, was so bad that lambs were selling for as little as $1. $1, less than the price of a chop. Joining me is David Jochinke. David Jochinke, thank you so much indeed for your time and congratulations on your win. So this would be no time to be hitting farmers with ideological campaigns, you know, like on global warming or industrial relations or environment or water releases and all that. And you're kicking off a campaign on just those things hitting the Albanese government. What's your problem?
Well, as we've described, there's a lot of things that are going on in agriculture, and what we want is stability, we want certainty, and we want to be able to do our business in a straightforward, easy manner. But with the compounding effect of this legislation that's currently being proposed in Canberra, it's really giving us a lot of fear when we talk about water, when we talk about land, talk about workforce, and even access to markets. So today we've launched a campaign called Keep Farmers Farming, and the centrepiece of that is highlighting the combination of all of these policies that are currently being discussed. If they do get up, the absolute impact that it will have across the agricultural family, the agricultural community, and wanting to highlight that it's not just one portfolio, it's the whole of government that has responsibility to look after our production, because if farmers produce less, it's going to cost Aussies more.
Well, let me go through some of those. I mean, one of the hot political issues, I don't know if this goes really crucial to farming, but it is very hot in some parts of the country. Transmission lines, this energy revolution we're supposed to be having, with these huge transmission lines being built over farmland to hook up all these solar and wind farms that are going to be springing up like mushrooms all over the joint. What's the issue there? What do you want done?
Look, per se, agriculture's not afraid of embracing renewables, but it's got to be on our terms. Farmers shouldn't be dictated to where transmission lines are going to go or where renewables need to be placed. We want to be part of the conversation early on so the farmers are empowered to make that decision, especially how it interferes with their businesses, interferes with their production. Because like a lot of things that are happening within agriculture, if that land is lost, if that production is gone, we lose it forever. And we don't want that to occur without there being an informed decision. And what we're seeing now is farmers being consulted at the back end of the processes, not having the ability to be a part of the decision-making process, let alone even understanding what the bigger picture is of what the objective of how these transmission lines will roll out, where the renewable energy parks, where the wind and solar might be placed, let alone then how they can interact as a community and not divide the farming community in the meantime.
Now, I've also been really suspicious for a long time of water allocations, taking water off farmers, irrigators particularly, and putting it in the river for the river health. Now, sometimes, of course, I can see it's necessary, you know, got to look after people downstream. I've got all that. But often it seems to me a little bit of nature worship and all that, and farmers getting ripped off quite badly. What's your issue here?
Well, we've currently got a plan for the Murray-Darling Basin, which is about sharing the water between productive agriculture and the environment and achieving environmental outcomes. Now, this plan is getting close to the end of its time frame, but what we need is the government to settle down and go, we need to be able to spend more time in achieving the same outcomes environmentally with the water that they've already got. There's numerous projects on the table that can achieve flooding, that can achieve forestry growth, that can achieve water health benefits, as well as how we can manage our fish stocks within the river without taking more water. We want those ideas, those opportunities fully explored before any more water is taken out of the pool of irrigation water that agriculture relies on. Because we know if these buybacks go ahead, it's going to cost the agricultural community around about $9 billion.
Look, it's just incredible, some of the government decisions that sort of wipe out whole sectors of farming. I mean, one of my uncles used to have a fruit block up near Naya West, on the Murray, near the Murray. And I was learned the other day there's only 2 blocks of fruit trees still there in the entire area that he's at. I mean, it's just incredible how we do these things to farmers without really thinking twice about it. Well, David Jochinke, the farmers help build this country. I think they don't get much of a look in sometimes in politics. And I do think it's time that I've got to be honest, National Farmers Federation, I think it needed to muscle up, and I'm glad you're doing that straight off the bat, in your first week in the job. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and I just want to keep saying that our job is to fight for farmers. We want strong members for the National Farmers Federation, and the only way we can do that is making sure that we focus for the benefit of their members, the farmers on the ground, and we'll continue to do that.
All strength to your shearing arm. Good on you.